Okay, so this is going to be the before little clip. This is a stake maker, model 200. Federal Engineering makes these. Hobart. I don't know, some sort of conglomeration between the two. If you can't read that there, it says Hobart-Federal Engineering Corp at the bottom. But this thing has apparently had a kind of a rough life. The rollers here, some of the teeth are bent, broken. The combs need some attention here. They're strippers. The bushings inside the end caps don't look really bad. It runs, plug it in, it runs, but somebody has put like an extension cord for an end. This thing should have been white. So somebody painted it orange at some time. I don't know. I got it in the Cincinnati area, so I'm wondering if somebody painted it like Bengals orange or something. So that's the only thing I can figure why somebody would paint it orange. I don't know. It's kind of rough. It needs cleaned up. It does run, so hopefully this will be a fairly simple cleanup project. Okay, so here's a quick update. Got a couple of these blades that are bent. So I'm taking the roller apart until I can get to, the blade that I need to pound back out flat on the anvil. Essentially, these are a big shoulder bolt with, a series of blades and spacers. That's it. So, like here's one that I haven't touched yet. It's got a hex head, big long shoulder bolt. This is a nut down on the end. The first spacer is really thick, and then it's just, blade spacer right down the line. So you take off the one. Take them all off until you get to the one that's bent, pound that one flat on the anvil, put it all back together, tighten it back down. Okay, so here's this quick update. I've been fiddling with it for a few hours. It's not going to be just a quick clean up and paint. Some of the mechanicals are not jiving. The rear shaft assembly needs to be the shaft where it engages back here. It's not fitting up like it should, so I'm going to have to do a little welding and filing on that and kind of do some crude machine work to get it to work like it should. I mean, it's working now, but it's not working great, and I want it to work great. So just started focusing on cleaning this thing up, getting ready for paint. So sanded the heck out of it. Kind of made a mess over here. Got the mineral spirits, just different things to get in all the cracks and crevices, piece of sandpaper on a drill, that sort of stuff. Just whatever it takes to get it cleaned up. And I'm going to put, this is good stuff. I've rebuilt one of these before. Well, not rebuilt, cleaned it up. The exact same model, and this is what I used, and that was years ago, and that thing looks like brand new still. So this Appliance Paint from Rust-Oleum, this is kind of exactly what this is for. It gives it a real hard enamel finish, and it works great for easy cleanup. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so just real quick update. This is it with 3 or 4 coats of that Appliance paint on it. It's looking really good. Okay, so here's everything all ready for reassembly, minus the power cord and switch. Put a new power cord on there. The switch was good, so we're going to reuse that. Cleaned it all up too, but the paint turned out really well. Real happy with everything on here. The parts, I boiled those in super washing soda and dish detergent to boil out all the grease, out of all the little nooks and crannies and stuff. Cleaned up the 2 aluminum blocks there with some aluminum cleaner, and the rollers. After closer inspection, I don't think the wear is a problem on the rollers. I did make some inserts for these little caps here that'll hold the rollers in tighter. I think the problem was more with those caps allowing too much play in the rollers. So I made some UHMW inserts for those rollers and pressed those in. So I think we're in real good shape here. It's coming together pretty good, looking good, and shouldn't take much to reassemble everything. Okay, this thing was running pretty good, but it wasn't running perfect. So I did go ahead and weld and grind and file and kind of rebuilt the head of that bolt on the that makes up the shaft here. You'll notice there's a couple of broken blades there. My guess is through the years that if one of them broke in the center of the unit here, somebody took this thing apart and shifted those broken blades, because there's a couple of them out on the very end. It will not affect, you know, the functionality at all, because you never have meat that rides out that far. So you know, the center of this thing is all that really gets used. So I think it's ready to go, ready to get put back together, and I'll update you when I do. Okay, so here's what I was talking about with the play and why I had to rebuild that head. There is no play in this thing now. Those caps are on there good and snug, and now there is absolutely no play, and that's just what you need to keep this thing running good. Okay, so here's the finished product. This is it's a Model 200 Hobart Federal Engineering stake maker. Put a new cord on it. I put some strain relief on there, so if somebody trips on the cord or something like that, it's not going to damage the unit. Cleaned everything up. Those little caps there are nice and shined up. Shined up that little trim piece there. You know, painted the whole thing. Yeah, there's the label. I don't know if it's in focus real well or not, but this thing is it's ready for use. Everything is good and tight. No play in anything. No wiggle. The strippers all look good. The teeth all look good. It makes a little bit of a rubbing noise, but they do. You know, it's just you got so many pieces of metal coming in contact here. You can see that the blades have separation. They're not riding up against each other. You know, one assembly's not pushing on the other, which is exactly what you want. But that noise is coming from, you know, those strippers riding against the rollers. I've never heard one that doesn't make noise. So as long as there's no like knocking noises and pinging and stuff like that, when you start hearing pinging, that means your blades are bent and they're riding against each other. But that's it. That thing is ready for use, and it'll last for, geez, I don't know how long. You know, these things are old, and they built them to last back then. So that's it. It's all done.